Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be looking at some interesting quotes from Lamine Yamal in an interview that he gave to Mundo Deportivo. And then as well, we're going to be talking about Joao Cancelo as there is an update in regards to his future. And lastly, we're going to be looking at some reports from Sport, which are already predicting the lineup in which we are going to be lining up against PSG. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video. And let's talk about Lamine Yamal because he gave an interview to Mundo Deportivo in which he talked about a wide range of topics. And he mentioned about the number 10 jersey. He talked about, his 200 million offer in which, PSG basically offered Barcelona. And then as well, he talks about going to the Euros, the Olympics, and I want to talk all about that on today's video. But let's get straight into it and let's discuss the words that he gave in response to wearing the number 10 jersey. It is Ansu's number 10, but if in the end he is not still here, it will be a source of pride. It will be a dream for any child to be Barca's number 10. Nobody in this world will say no because it is something that the club must manage. Now, Lamine Yamal has basically given his opinion. If the club offers him the number 10, he is going to take it because you can't reject it. However, Barcelona, they should not be offering the number 10, even if Ansu Fati were to return. I think that number 10 jersey, it signifies so much to Barcelona and like so much. There's so much added pressure and, basically pressure to perform that if you're not performing, then things can go very, very wrong. And we don't, Yamal and Ansu Fati, they're relatively young players. And we don't want to burden them extremely with so much responsibility. And so I don't think it's a right decision for Barcelona to offer Lamine Yamal the number 10 jersey. I think it's better and to wait, basically have like a shadow ban on that number 10 until there's someone worthy to take that jersey up and who has basically become a superstar. Lamine Yamal, he's on his way to becoming a superstar, but I think it's relatively early. Now, Lamine Yamal talks about Barcelona rejecting the 200 million euro offer that came in from Lamine Yamal from PSG. It's absolutely crazy that PSG offered that amount of money for Lamine Yamal, but it's understandable. Lamine Yamal is 16 years of age, and he's absolutely lighting up world football and doing extremely well. It makes me very happy that my work and my football is recognized, but I am focused on the next game, keeping his feet and his head grounded. Lamine Yamal are playing good since Xavi announced he's leaving. Yes, I think we are more liberated. The results are being seen; they are being better. But I think it was also a matter for the team to set a turning point and start to play better. And I have talked about this, in the past, and I believe in a video or two ago, in which we discussed how the decision that that decision to announce that he's leaving has, turned into our favor, and the team has been able to perform better since that departure. But as I said before, if Xavi announced that he's staying, will sensations and feelings and the performances drop. But now I want to talk about this important call, which I do want to talk about later tonight on the on our Thursday episode. However, we weren't able to record yesterday, and apologies for that. And so I'll try to get the guys so we can record later on tonight. But in this, he talks about going to the Euros and the Olympics, and this is where his maturity comes into play. It wouldn't be logical to go to both because in the end, since I started, I have tried not to overload myself and play too much, and it wouldn't make sense to go to both. But obviously, if I have to go, in the end, you are playing with Spain, and it is a dream. And he gave a perfect response to that. He said, "Hey, I don't think it's right to go to both the Euros and the Olympics after playing so much football, especially throughout the season. And of course, if he is like chosen to go, he will go. But I think it's an important decision to say, hey, do you want to go to the Olympics or do you want to go to the Euros? Because Lamine Yamal is 16. He has so much football ahead of him, and there's no need to risk everything right now. But at the same time, you're 16. What happens in a year or so? You don't have the same opportunity. There are risks and rewards in regard to that. Lamine Yamal continues. It also depends on how the Euro Cup goes, but I think the most important thing will be to be in the Euros. If there was not a lot of pressure in the Euros or Spain fell soon, the scenario would be different. And that's where he says, "Hey, the possibility of going to both could change. For example, if Spain get grouped or they get knocked out in the first game of the knockout stage." And then the possibility of going to the Olympics could change. Lamine Yamal on the Pedri factor, it is an example of what can happen because it's the only one I remember doing it. And of course, taking into account Pedri, he played so much minutes in the football in his debut season. Then he went to the Euros. Then he played at the Olympics. And after that, he just didn't have enough rest. And he basically began that period of becoming injury prone. And we never want to see that with talented youngsters. But lastly, guys, I want to be talking about his debut. And this is what Lamine Yamal says in regards to basically his 1 year anniversary since his debut. Completely for me and my family, I went from being a 15-year-old boy who went to class and I trained with the youth team to becoming a first team player. I wake up at 9, I come to train, I leave training, I eat, and then in the afternoon, I do class here. If I don't have private classes, then I rest. And as you can see, it's just absolutely insane that just a year ago that he was just being a normal kid, who's um, going to school and everything like that, who was also training, but now he's become a first team player instead of training with the U team. An absolute insane jump, and what progress that Lamine Yamal has made in a relatively short time. But guys, now I'm gonna be talking about Joao Cancelo. As there is some updates in regards to his future, and it's specifically of what could happen in the summer. And now we all know Joao Cancelo's intention with Barcelona is that Joao Cancelo, he wants to stay at the club. Man City, they want to get rid of him, and so that could work on our favor, to reduce the price. At this current point in time, Man City, they're asking for 40 million euros. They want that fee. However, Barcelona, they're looking for a loan with an obligatory purchase option with a fixed price plus add-ons. Barcelona, they can't really pay right now that 30 to 40 million that Man City are asking for, and they're asking basically a loan in order to pay, for example, not this year, but next season, basically in 2025. And that's basically Barcelona's situation in a nutshell. And since Joao Cancelo is rejecting other offers from other clubs, and he only wants to stay at Barcelona, that could help us, and basically help negotiations with Manchester City. And of course, Jorge Mendes is his agent. Joan Laporta has a good relationship, so we can also leverage that to our favor. But now, guys, lastly, I'm going to be talking about Barcelona as our defense and our attacking lineup. It's basically been set in stone in which in basically how we're going to face PSG. Now, in regards to our defense, the defense is going to be Cancelo on the left, Pau Cubarsí at the left center back, and Ronald Araujo and Kunde as Ronald Araujo as the right center back and Kunde as the right back. And I think that's the perfect defensive lineup that Barcelona should line up with against PSG. I don't want Xavi to tweak anything. Don't move Araujo out wide to combat Mbappe. Do not do that whatsoever. Keep everything the way it was working. Do not tamper and experiment in a high quality game. And Barcelona's expected front three versus PSG is most likely going to be Rafinha on the left, Lewandowski down the middle, and Lamine Yamal down the right. And Rafinha is going to have tons of defensive work to do, as well as Lamine Yamal, as both of these guys are going to have to be able to track back and do a lot of defensive work. It's going to be a very, very tough game. It's going to be a very, very intense game. And Barcelona's defense and their attack, it basically seems set in stone. However, the only question mark is in that midfield. How is Xavi going to line up against PSG? Frankie de Jong has been able to train with the squad. However, in tomorrow's training match, we're going to be able to see how he recovers. How fit is he to start that match? Is he fit to start? Is he fit to come off the bench? And we'll definitely be able to basically take a decision on Saturday. However, Pedri, Barcelona a little bit more cautious with him, as Pedri is more at risk for a relapse. It's most likely that he is not going to be able to play in that first leg. And if he does, he's definitely not going to be starting. However, he is going to be an option coming off the bench. And it's going to be interesting to see how Xavi decides to line up and basically shape that midfield. Is it going to be Gundogan and Sergio Roberto at the base with basically Fermin Lopez as your attacking midfielder? Are you going to put Christensen back in there? It's going to be an interesting couple of days in which we are going to be talking, and especially on Monday when we're going to have that huge preview on that PSG game, and then as well on the other UCL matches. But guys, that was it for the video for today. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that I've discussed on today's video. What do you guys make of Lamine Yamal's words? In regards to Ansu Fati, in regards to the Olympics, to the Euros. And as well, what do you guys make of Joao Cancelo basically declaring that he wants to stay at Barcelona and that he wants none other than to stay? Do you think it's possible? Do you think that Barcelona going to be able to basically get that loan deal through the line and basically keep Joao Cancelo? And lastly, guys, what do you guys make of that report from Sports saying, hey, our defense and our attack, it's set in stone? Would you guys maybe like to see another option? Would you guys maybe like to see Ferran Torres thrown in there? Or would you like maybe see Joao Felix? Some experiment. Maybe you say, hey, Ron Araujo should be playing as a right back to combat Mbappe. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys who tune in to watch my videos every single day. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video.